Oh. Well, will you look at that? Good suit, a tie. Don't you look grand? What would be the occasion, I wonder?
Going downtown.
Are you now? And, how far downtown?
Weehawken Street.
To see Jack.
Darling, at Mary's request, I have written a statement for the Chancery in which I describe an occasion before Jack Finelli was married when he clearly and distinctly said he did not want to have children. Now, I'm going to go down there and hand this to him in person.
Why, John?
I want to wish him Godspeed.
Yeah, which is to say that you want to pick a fight with him.
I do not.
Please, John, don't do that. Don't go down there. You're only going to make a bad situation worse.
It cannot get any worse.
Yes, it could. I was hoping, you see, that you'd take your time writing this statement. You know, think about it for a while, you know. Maybe put it in the mail. That way, give us a week or two.
And?
I still believe they have time on their side.
Oh, lady, please, will you give it up? Let go, huh? Just this once. Look, for Mary's sake as well as your own. Even if you don't think it's the right thing, even if you think it's a real marriage, it's time to stop it now. And even Mary thinks she made a mistake. And she wants to put it behind her and step forward now. So we gotta help her, don't you see that?
John, how can it be a mistake when people love each other? And two people trust each other, and they're both better persons for having known each other. And then this child has been born.
Well, I'd like to hear how Jack Finelli has made Mary Ryan a better person.
He has, John.
All I can see is he's hurt her. He's given her a miserable sense of inadequacy. I can see that he's led her into a relationship for the last 3 years, which has given him nothing but lots of satisfaction and left her nothing but a whole lot of grief plus a child to bring up on her own. Now, will you please tell me how that's been good for her?
Well, to begin with, he's the first man that came along that was strong enough and exciting enough to convince Mary that there might be men of some interest beyond her father and her brothers. And if the truth be known, John, that was and is your main problem with Jack.
That's not true.
It is so. And dealing with Jack has taught Mary more about patience and more about accommodation than anything else she's ever come up against. Up until this point in her life, if something didn't suit her and she couldn't go through it or over it or charm it into submission, then she just turned her back and walked away from it, and that was that. This is the first time she's cared enough to see something through. And nothing can teach you that except loving somebody.
And much good it's done her.
All right, never mind. There's no point in pursuing this conversation. You're not going to change your mind, and I am not going to change mine.
So you're mad at me?
No, I just don't want to see you go down there and start a row with Jack. That's it.
Well, I'm not gonna do that. You know something? You haven't changed at all since you were 16 years old.
I don't necessarily think that's a compliment.
Well, I'm not trying to say you haven't grown up. You happen to be the steadiest, smartest, most centered person I know. But you believe and trust now the way you believe and trusted then. And you brought our children up to trust the way you do. Now, I sincerely hope that you go on believing and trusting that way until you're 90. But, sweetheart, the rest of the world being less than perfect and other people being less than worthy, you're bound to be disappointed,
John,
every now and then.
Are you saying that I'm unrealistic about people and I brought our children up to be unrealistic too?
No.
John, if there's one thing we both know for a fact, children do not do what you say. They do what you do. Now, it seems to me that you're making the point that I'm some kind of simple-minded, over-trusting soul and that our daughters turned out the same way and that somehow we've been taken great advantage of by Jack Finelli. All of this from a man whom I've heard say at least 1,000 times, people will deliver what you expect. Trust them and the man will be honest.
Under certain
Praise him.
circumstances. Now, darling, it seems to me Mary clearly expected Jack to be a decent husband, and so did you. But it hasn't worked out that way, has it? So it's time to cut your losses. Now, I've got a salesman coming here about noon, but I'll be back long before then.
John, please don't say any more than you have to at Jack's place.
I won't. Only what I think I'm entitled to. I'll see you later.
No, I'm sorry, but you do have the wrong department. Sí, señor. Lo siento, pero sí está equivocado. ¿Cómo no?
Hi. How's Angel doing this morning?
He's the same.
Oh, I thought he might be better.
Well, he is recovering from the meningitis, but there is no improvement in his right arm or his right leg.
That's not a permanent condition, though, is it?
No, I hope that it is not, but it doesn't look very encouraging right now.
Yeah, well, you know how things can go along without improving, and then all of a sudden, just like that, there's a turnaround and it's much better?
Well, right now, I just think it's important for me to be realistic. I know that Dr. Carter is doing everything that he can, and they're having a specialist come and look at Angel, but I can't count on it.
Do you still blame Patty for this?
I don't blame anybody. I just have to be realistic about what has happened to my brother. And I have to do everything that I can for him.
Yeah, well, I think you're doing the right things, but you know what you have to do? You have to wait a while. See, I bet in a year from now, Angel's going to be up and around. He's going to be playing baseball with Bobby and the whole team.
That's what we pray for, Dee. But it's not what we expect. I think I should tell you that I have seen a lawyer.
I don't understand. I mean, at least, I don't think I understand.
Look, my brother is going to be spending a long time in this hospital. And he may be crippled for the rest of his life. None of this would have happened if he had received the right treatment when he first came to this hospital.
Yeah, but you can't be sure of that.
Dee, you said so yourself. Dr. Ryan made a mistake. The other doctors have confirmed it. And my lawyer says that I have a clear-cut case.
Malpractice suit? You have a malpractice suit against Pat?
Dr. Ryan will be named in the complaint, yes.
Don't you understand you can't do that? Do you know what a malpractice suit means to a young doctor like Pat?
I'm not trying to do anything to anybody. I just have to do everything that I can for my brother. Look, there's going to be medical bills that we have to pay. And if he never walks again...
But Patty didn't mean to hurt him.
Of course he didn't mean to hurt him.
Okay, but you don't seem to understand. Now, I know Angel is terrible, but it's no reason to make Pat terrible also.
Please, Dee, okay? I know you're upset.
Alicia, a lawsuit... You know, a lawsuit is not going to make Angel any better.
Look, why don't you just come over here and sit down, and you'll feel better in just a minute.
Thank you. You're a very nice person. I know you don't mean to hurt anybody. Alicia, I haven't finished yet.
We can't finish anything while you're crying.
Well, okay, you need help, right? Well, you don't have to go to a lawyer. You can go to the family. Maybe Johnny will help you. Bobby will help you.
I cannot ask them.
Well, yes, you can ask them. You gotta do something else. I mean, two wrongs don't make a right. Okay, if you're gonna ruin Pat's career, well, that's not right at all. Now, there's something else that you can do about this. I know there is.
Look, I'm sorry. I know that you have responsibilities to your husband and to your child. But I have only one responsibility, and that is to my brother. Neurology? Yes, I'll be right there. Thank you.
Alicia.
Excuse me.
Alicia. Operator, this is emergency. Could you please page Dr. Pat Ryan? Yeah, tell him to report to the nurses station at neurology. Yeah, as soon as possible. Right away. Thank you very much.
Yeah, who is it?
It's Johnny Ryan. I brought my statement for the Chancery. May I come in? I realized I probably should have called first, Jack. You wouldn't have anybody hiding there in the bathroom, would you?
Just give me a deposition, Johnny. Let's get it over with. Huh?
Well, sure, but I have a few things to say that go along with it.
Yeah, I just bet you do.
First, if there's anything I can do, Jack, I mean, above and beyond this statement, to help end your marriage with my daughter, feel free to call upon me.
Very generous of you, Johnny. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, after the little scene you staged, the day of your daughter's christening, and a shabby little piece of adultery with Miss Martha McKee, I can't end it soon enough to satisfy me.
So nice to know you're in my corner.
Well, just take a look at that, Jack. See if there's anything I left out. Of course, you realize that in my family, the church annulment's much more important than the civil divorce. But if there's anything you think of that I can do to help contribute to the civil divorce, please feel free, you know.
Don't worry about a thing, Da. Since Mary decided not to contest, the divorce will go right through. Astonishing how your memory returned.
Well, you might say I was motivated. But and where my memory for details got a little fuzzy, I just sat back and let inspiration sweep me along.
Well, this'll do very nicely.
Good. You know, me boyo, I think it's been a long struggle, but you're finally getting what you deserve. My daughter's home again. Her beautiful daughter along with her. She's got her family, her friends who love her. She's got a career, a whole new life ahead of her. But you, you're back where you belong. Right where you started, only I think a little worse off now, Jack. Because I have a suspicion. You know how it could have been.
Yeah.
Mary is a beautiful, giving, loving, and an extraordinary human being. Maybe next time out, she'll find somebody who's worthy of her. Which you certainly never were.
That's it. You got it, Johnny. That's what this is all about.
Thanks again for the deposition.
Hi, Dee. Somebody was paging me. Where's everybody?
I wanted you. I paged you.
You paged me. I just got to sleep in the staff lounge. I had a clear 30 minutes ahead of me. This better be important.
Alicia's already spoken to a lawyer. She's gonna have a malpractice suit against the hospital and against you. Well?
Is that what you woke me up to tell me?
Patty, this is serious.
Don't you think I know the trouble I'm in? Dee, I may have crippled that kid. You know what that means?
All I know is I'm your wife. You're in a terrible situation. I want to do something about
Dee,
it.
you don't have to do it.
I have to do something about it. You know what you do all day? You work. And when you're not working, you sleep. Now, I don't work and I don't sleep. Do you know what I do?
What?
Patty, I worry about you. I'm always worrying about your career. And what if you can't practice medicine anymore?
Dee, I don't want you worrying.
Patty, I'm your wife. And I have to worry. I think about bad things happening to you at the hospital. So I come to the hospital, and sure enough, bad things are happening.
Dear, your worrying never solved a thing.
Okay, well, when you have the answer, you can tell me, and then you can go back to bed.
Well, right now, I'm not sure what that is.
So ask somebody. Why don't you ask your father? Ask Frank. He's a lawyer. He would know.
Nothing's happened yet. There's nothing to ask about,
How could
except
you
theoretically.
Nothing has happened. Everything has started with Alicia. She's already gone to the lawyer. You won't be able to practice law anymore. They're going to throw us out of the apartment. We're going to be out on the street.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't want that, would we? What would the neighbors say about the bed?
Patty, I'm not making a joke about this.
Look, Delia, I know that I made a very serious error in treating Angel. Now, a lot depends on what happens next, which we may not know for quite a while yet.
Angel's not better.
But we're hoping that he'll get better. As far as a malpractice suit, well, we'll just have to deal with that when we get to it.
We? What do you mean we? We'll deal with it.
You and me.
And the two of us can do it together?
A team. So you don't have to worry that I'm sleeping my chances away and you have to do everything.
Oh, Pat, that's so good.
You feel better?
I feel a lot better. So when are you going to come home?
I get off duty early this afternoon.
Okay, when you come home and you come right to sleep.
Excuse me, could you tell me where I can find Dr. Patrick Ryan?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Ryan.
Oh, this is for you.
What is it?
A summons and complaint. All the details are in there.
What does it say?
In the case of an infant, Angel Nieves malpractice.
Ryan's Hope is next. Then spend some time in Bay City on Another World, followed by Port Charles. Only on SoapNet, the new way to watch soaps.
Hope for the future.
Make us both glad Frank can get well.
Hope for a better way of life.
This stage of the game is a new beginning.
Hope for a love that won't die.
Jill, I love you.
I'd like the good feelings between us to grow.
Let's work for that.
Ryan's Hope, only on SoapNet. Spend time with a family that shares your hopes.
You won't regret it.
Stay tuned for another episode coming up next, only on SoapNet.
Calendar Girls is the perfect Mother's Day gift on DVD. Critics call it the full Monty female style.
We're going to raise money by posing for a nude calendar.
Naked!
Inspired by the true story of a group of ordinary women
You're looking at January, February, March, April.
who changed the world 1 month at a time. Helen Mirren, Julie Walters, Calendar Girls.
We're going to need bigger buns.
It's one of the year's 10 best. The perfect gift for Mother's Day. Own it today on DVD and video.
When you want just the perfect thing to make the moment perfect, it helps to know the people who know diamonds. The Diamond Mom Band, just $99. At Zales, making moments last a lifetime.
To help kids get the important vitamins they need, pediatricians know that good nutrition is key. Flintstones, the pediatrician's #1 choice for healthy, growing kids.
10 million strong and growing.
I am on a most important mission to find the one song that the whole world can sing together.
There's a new Sesame Street DVD. What's the name of that song? And it's also a sing-along songbook with lots of songs, stars, and Sesame Street Muppets. 15 celebrities, a total of 17 Sesame Street songs. What's the name of that song? The new Sesame Street DVD that's also a sing-along songbook.
That's the name of the song!
You know, in some ways, you haven't changed at all since you were 16 years old. You believe and you trust now in the same way you believed and trusted then. And you've taught your children to trust as you do.
You're saying I'm not realistic about people, and I brought our children up to be unrealistic, too? Oh, Mary. Maybe he's right.
Ma?
Yes, Mary?
Can I come in?
Oh, of course, darling. I wasn't sleeping. I was just lying here waiting for your father. And thinking, oh, how everybody's needing new shoes.
I don't. My sneakers are still good.
Oh, I've seen your toes coming through the sides. Couldn't you sleep?
Kathleen's snoring.
You know what? I think her adenoids are growing back in.
You know who Kathleen prays for?
No, who?
For the man she's going to marry.
Does she now?
She doesn't even know who he is, and she prays for him.
Well, I think that's kind of nice, don't you?
Should I do it too?
Only if the thought appeals to you.
There may not be anybody.
Oh, what anybody who?
Who'll marry me? Pat says nobody's that hard up.
That's how much Patrick knows.
I hope he has a ranch.
Oh, your husband, you mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of horses on it. You can come and visit.
Won't that be nice?
And Frank.
Yes, Frank.
Not Pat.
You know something? You're going to like Patrick when you grow up.
How do you know?
Well, that's sort of the way it works out.
Ma,
What, dear?
how do you know the guy who's supposed to be your husband?
Well, usually a friend will introduce you.
That's not what I mean.
No.
After you met him and everything, how do you know he's the guy you're supposed to marry?
Well, I think the basic thing is that if you think about sharing the rest of your life without him, and that seems dull, and it doesn't make you very happy, and then you think about sharing the rest of your life with him, and that kind of sounds lovely and makes you feel very good, well, then you know that that's the man you want to marry.
You'll have to love him.
Oh, yes, of course, that goes without saying.
What if you make a mistake?
Well, that does happen. But if you think about it real careful, and you pray real hard, and you trust yourself, and you trust him, well, you'll be all right.
You trust God?
Oh, my, yes.
So do I. I hope I don't marry the wrong person.
No, you won't, Mary. Really, you won't. I still don't think you did.
Father Neil, please. Hello, Father. It's Jack Finale. I'm calling just to tell you that I've got the statement from my second witness. I'll drop it by the Chancery this afternoon. Well, just so that you'll know that it's there. Now, this means, right, that once I get the civil divorce, there'll be no problem with the annulment. Oh, of course, yeah, beyond that. Right. One more question. This isn't likely, you understand, but what happens if I change my mind?
See today's hottest stars on SoapNet's live daytime Emmy pre-show, May 21st at 7:30 p.m., only on SoapNet.
Yes!
After a long day, SoapNet, the new way to watch soaps.
Seneca,
Joe, what is it?
trouble. Sorry.
Angel Nieves, an infant by his guardian. Alicia Nieves, plaintiff against Riverside Hospital. Patrick Ryan, Roger Coleridge. Action for malpractice.
Yeah, summons and complaint served on Marshall this morning, and by now probably on Roger and Pat.
How did Marshall take it?
He's upset, very upset. Angry?
At Pat?
No. I mean, he's fair. He wants to hear the medical board's investigation before he blames Pat or Roger. But the point is, he doesn't need one more crisis on top of everything
Now,
else.
if you're talking about the hospital's financial situation, you better realize that that is very much a part of this.
Yeah, but I think that might be irrelevant. The thing that is so serious that Pat has made a terrible mistake. And damn it, I have to be in the middle of all of this.
Yeah, you're in a tough spot.
Oh, I love the Ryans. All of them.
But you're employed by the hospital to handle their legal problems.
Yes, but it's one thing if I was representing the hospital and Roger and Pat. Then there's no problem. But if the situation develops to the point where I'm representing the hospital's interests as opposed to Patrick's, then there's a conflict of interest for me, I'm afraid.
Yes, would you locate Dr. Pat Ryan and send him in to me, please? Thank you. Well, look at it this way. It'd be worse if you were your brother-in-law in either direction.
Very funny. I just wish Alicia could have waited.
Well, she's not the vindictive sort. Not as far as I can make out. But she's fiercely protective of that boy.
I know.
And remember, I mean, they don't have any money to help them out of this.
Well, she's got herself one hell of a lawyer, Dave Feldman.
What, isn't he involved with Frank and his campaign?
Yeah, but he's not going to let that interfere with his relationship with the client.
Well, I'm delighted that Alicia has good representation. I hope the hospital settles it quickly and quietly, but I don't want to lose Pat Ryan to the service, Riverside Hospital, or to medicine.
Seneca, this is a mess. I know Dave. I know that he is not going to settle. Not when there is a child, Angel's age involved, with years and years ahead in which complications could develop. I mean, this could go on for a long time.
Jill, good. I wanted to see you.
I know. You received your copy.
Yeah, a little while ago. What's this gonna mean?
I'm afraid that it's pretty serious. Oh, Pat, I can't tell you how sorry I am.
I can't say that I'm surprised. What's gonna happen next? A suspension?
You know, it's certainly not automatic. Sit down, Pat. There's no question a malpractice suit is serious business. Conceivably, it could drag on for years.
I'm afraid that's true.
I'm sure you'll understand that the hospital can't have a resident facing such serious charges without looking into them. So that means you're going to have to face a hospital board.
I see. There's still a hope that Angel might recover completely.
Well, I'm afraid it wouldn't make any difference, Pat. Not even if Alicia dropped her charges. You see, a mistake has been made, and the hospital has to look into it. It's their responsibility.
To protect the patients.
That's the way they see it.
Who's they exactly?
The board? Well, it's a group of your peers whose job it'll be to review the medical situation and then give a finding and a recommendation.
Such as?
If they find that you are, in fact, responsible for the misdiagnosis, it could be anything from a simple reprimand to you being fired.
You said a jury of my peers. You don't mean the other residents.
No. Dr. Levy, Dr. Weinrausch, Dr. Pierce, and myself as the head of your service. And Jill will be there to represent the hospital's legal position.
Well, I guess I better get myself a lawyer.
No, Pat, not at this stage. This is strictly a medical matter. See, a lawyer couldn't explain how you arrived at your diagnosis. It's really up to you.
Has a suspect.
This bastard choked the life out of 7 women.
Every suspect has a motive.
I did it, Mom.
But this is not the usual lineup. And these are not your usual suspects.
This life that you live is not normal.
Everyone knows that he is a mobster. Get rid of the body.
Witness the only primetime lineup to die for. Tonight, starting at 7, the new way to watch soaps is only on SoapNet. Walk the red carpet with SoapNet on Soap's biggest night of the year.
Exciting to be here.
SoapNet's live daytime Emmy preview show, May 21st, only on SoapNet.
It's showtime. Time to show off your body. Introducing the surest way to get in show-off shape fast, the incredible